Hey guys, my name is Barry with BFW Displays, and I just want to take a minute here to show you my screen and share with you what your designer should look at before sending us a file. Couple things. Here's your 15-foot Yale back wall that you sent to us earlier today to print. One thing that you really need to check at is the resolution. If you're not going to send us a layered file, which is what we request, which is an Adobe Illustrator default, PDF is the best way to do it. Leave layers editable. Um, that way, if there's anything that we see, we can make a change. It goes through 3 different channels before production, and if any channel along the way sees something, like for example, this particular file has this weird black rounded corner here, um, we'd like to be able to take that out if we need to. This is a flattened file, which means it's raster, and raster files of course aren't layered, which means we cannot edit them. It also means it's not vector. What that means is it can pixelate, and what's very important is to make sure that your file doesn't have pixelation at 100%. So I'm going to show you, if we were to print this file, what it would look like for your customer printed. Looks like that. So completely pixelated, not a clear resolution, not a clear image, and you know, with you sending print ready files, we don't necessarily always have the time to check your file for these types of problems. Um, this one, the third check today, caught this and called it out to us. So very important to send as vector. Vector can never do this. Vector will never pixelate. So if you're going to send raster, definitely make sure that it's high enough resolution to where you don't see this. Now, the two 10 by 10 files that came in today also have pixelation. Those were a rush. Those went to print already. Those are already in production. And I took a look at those also. And here's the 10 by 10. I'm going to show you what this looks like at 100%. Slight pixelation here, as you can see. So this will probably be okay for your customers. But again, if had this been vector and sent to us that way as a print ready file, not raster, you wouldn't have any pixelation at all. So I don't understand, I guess, why you send files this way. It's very easy to have a file once you set it up to save it as vector, send it to us as vector, and if you need a lesson, or for me to get on the phone with your designer, like I did previously, and help them, I'm happy to do it. But here it is, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just wanted to take the time to make a quick screen share and show you this. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to save this the way that would be best, the way probably 99% of our customers save their files. So I'm going to open a file that is vector, that is just a basic logo, like this Under Armour logo is, and the Yale logo, and I'm going to show you how to save it. So I've opened another customer file here, and as you can see, this is vector. When you click on it, you can see the outlines in the artwork, so that's a dead giveaway that it's vector. This over here is a raster image, which if you look at 150% or 100%, it's very light pixelation, but from a few feet away, this is going to look pretty good. This will be fine because it's a high resolution image. This text is all outlined, and it's vector. I can zoom in on vector as close as I want to, and I will never see any pixelation at all on any edge. That's what vector does. That's a basic property of vector, which is why it's so great for large format printing. So if we save it, same with this. This is vector. I can scroll in on this You can see it out, the outline of it identifies it as vector. I can scroll in on this as close as I want, and I am never going to see pixelation here. So if I go and save this as a flattened file, it mitigates everything that this vector property allows for. So we don't want to do that. We want to keep the properties here. If I save this as a flattened file, such as a JPEG or something else, or if I design this in Photoshop and then bring it into Illustrator and then save it, it's raster, and we don't want to do that. So doing it in Illustrator like this, in Vector, before I say that, Photoshop is fine as long as you save it at 100% size, actual print size, and at 150 dpi. Now, if you're saving it as a small size, like your 15-foot back wall, before I made this 180 inches wide, it came to us like it was like 17 inches. Very, very, very small. So your designer made it small, designed on it, exported. My guess would be that they did it in Photoshop, exported it as a small file, and then when we make it big for large format printing, though, then again it makes it all pixelated. So, oh yeah, it's very small. See how small this is? Oh no, I just changed the size. Sorry, but it was small. It was like 17 inches when I opened this, and I can show you actually. How small this file was when it opened. So if you click on it here, you can see the width is 17 inches. The height is 8.98 inches. And looking at it at that very small size, it looks fine. The problem is we're not printing this 17 inches. We're printing this 180 inches wide. When we change it to 180 inches proportionately, and then go and look at this at 100%, this is how it will print. So it's important to understand how to do this and check your files. Better yet, design is vector. Save it. This is a very easy. A lot of your files come with this already being vector, so it's a very easy thing to do. Just to lay it out in Illustrator, keep it vector, save it as vector, and again, I told you I was going to show you how to do that. So we have some raster properties here, and we have some vector properties here within this. So all you do in Illustrator is you go to File, Export, or I'm sorry, File, Save As, and we're going to check the name. Sometimes it might say template here, so we're going to change that. We're going to save this as a print ready file. What we do internally is we call that a PR, so we know that's outlined and files or photos are embedded and everything's good. And then PDF. We make sure it says PDF and we hit save. This is where it's important. Adobe PDF preset. We just want to select Adobe default, Illustrator default. The options: preserve Illustrator editing capabilities. This leaves it as a layered file, so we can make a change if we need to. Embed page thumbnails, and then create Acrobat layers from top level layers. These are presets, it's default, and then you save it. What that means is now we can open it, and we're going to have the ability to make any type of change. Had this file over here been done that way, we would be able to take this black line and remove it. But because this is a flattened file and it's all been rasterized, this is, you can tell by the pixelation, it's raster. So there's no way we can remove that line to help you out and to speed this up. I hope this helps. And again, I'm making this video at 1 o'clock in the morning, hoping that it helps your designers. And if it doesn't, and if you need me to walk them through it or talk to them, I'm definitely available for you. Just let me know when we can schedule that, and I'll definitely be available. But the good news is the 10-foot backdrop isn't as bad as the 15 foot. So if you could just please, send us the 15 foot showing, looking at this example, how I showed you to do that, send it to us that way tomorrow so that we can get this to production right away. And hopefully the 10 feet backdrops are going to be okay for your customers. And we'll go from there. All right, you guys have a great day, and let me know if I can help you anymore. Thanks for watching.